Why do I love them so much? They are not like, oh, she's one of a kind. I detested certain characters towards the end. I thought I had already filmed an intro for this video, but apparently not. So, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Madhu, aka your chaotic book mom. Guys, I do a lot of multitasking around the house and I do not like silence, obviously. So I always, listen to audiobooks when I'm doing chores around the house, when I'm doing mundane other things, going for a walk, or whatever the reason, we never do one single thing at a time. We always multitask. So for this video, I want to take a quick survey of how much reading I can get done while I'm only multitasking. Okay, so we are only going to be listening to audiobooks for this week. I thought I had filmed an intro for this video, but when I started editing the first couple of clips, I realized number one, I either did film and forgot to transfer and accidentally deleted the clip, or my brain just tricked myself into thinking that I had already filmed when I was just thinking about filming it. You get what I'm saying? So basically, I have listened to one complete audiobook. I am currently in the middle of the second audiobook, and we still have time, guys. Mostly Monday to Friday is when I get all of my reading done audiobook wise. We will rewind back the time and go back to the place where I actually started filming, and I'll see you guys later once you're done watching that. I have a busy schedule this coming week to get everything ready for Bookmas. So I'm going to be doing a lot of mundane things like taking pictures, editing thumbnails, or editing my pictures, cleaning up my book area, and picking books, going through Goodreads or book selections to select my 2026 TBR. And there are a lot of things that doesn't take a lot of brain capacity for me. So for this video, okay guys, for this video we are only going to be listening to audiobooks for 1 week straight, and we are also going to be calculating how much reading we can get done in 1 week while only listening to audiobooks, and compare it to my actual regular reading speed, the number of pages that I usually read, all the stats. We love statistics over here. Okay, I love statistics, I love comparing things, I love charts, pie diagrams, and everything. Okay, so we are going to be listening to some of our most anticipated titles while we do some bookish things that doesn't take a lot of brain power, energy, or concentration. Okay, first order of business, we have some pictures to take. We have November wrap up, December TBR, and some of the books that I've already read in the month of November and plan to read in the month of December. We need to take pictures for those, okay, because I bulk take all my pictures. So that's what we are going to do today. I have time today and I have time to listen to the audiobook, so we are going to do that. I have my handy dandy very helpful Libby app open right here. I placed hold on a lot of books the past couple of weeks, and I don't know what is happening, you guys. Everything became available on the same day. So we are going to not waste any time and start listening to all the audiobooks. And one of my most anticipated titles of 2025, it is due in 6 days. So I really want to, listen to the book before it disappears, because already it says 7 people are waiting. So I do not want to wait for my turn again and be put on hold. For this video, the first audiobook that we are going to start with is Hazelthorn by C.G. Drews. If you know me, you know I loved Don't Let the Forest In by C.G. Drews. It is one of my favorite reads when I read it. It is a young adult forest, manor, plant, rot horror. Let's open Hazelthorn. I don't know. Can you see? Let's start listening to Hazelthorn and do our work. Okay, before I get into all of that, let's just, change the status of the book to currently reading, because apparently we started doing that since I started filming YouTube videos. So I've been on top of updating all of my read books on my Goodreads. So now that is done, let me just give you guys the blurb of what this book is about. Evander has lived like a ghost in the forgotten corners of the Hazelthorne estate ever since he was taken in by his reclusive billionaire guardian, Byron Lennox Hall, when he was a child. For his safety, Evander has been given three ironclad rules to follow. He can never leave the estate, he can never go into the gardens, and most importantly, he can never again be left alone with Byron's charming, underachieving grandson Laurie. That last rule has been in place ever since Laurie tried to kill Evander 7 years ago, and yet somehow Evander is still obsessed with him. When Byron suddenly dies, Evander inherits Hazelton's immense Gothic mansion and acres of sprawling grounds, along with the entirety of Lennon's Hall's family's vast wealth. But Evander's sure his guardian was murdered, and Laurie may be the only one who can help him find the killer before they come for Evander next. Perhaps even more concerning is how the overgrown garden is refusing to stay behind its walls, slipping its vines and spores deeper into the house with each passing day. As the family's dark secrets unravel alongside the growing horror of their terribly alive, bloodthirsty garden, Evander needs to find out what he is really inheriting before the garden demands to be fed once more. This does sound like forest plant rot horror, but it also has a romance subplot in it, so I don't know if it comes under horror or romance. I'll read the book and let you guys know, but I'm so excited. You cannot see from my face, but I'm so excited to start reading this book. I've been waiting, on hold till the audiobook became available. So I'm pretty excited. Guys, it is disappearing in 6 days. Okay, I have to finish this book before it does. Okay, let's go.
Books presents Hazelton by C.G. Jones, narrated.
I have these pages that I tore out from a very old second-hand copy book that I use as a base on top of my table so that I can take pictures with, light, really pretty background. It looks vintage when I do that. Today is Kartigai Deemam. It is December 3rd today, so we are going to be busy. You guys, it is going to be extremely busy today. So I am going to pop in my audiobook. I'm currently listening to Hazelthorne by C.G. Drews. I'm going to listen to the audiobook, do all chores around the house, cook, clean, do laundry, get everything ready for the evening puja. So let's go. Guys, I finished Hazelthorne by C.G. Drews. 6 fucking stars. God tier book, okay? What do you mean? I am falling in love with two unhinged boys, okay? Who loves each other, but they don't express each other anymore. What do you mean? I am falling in love with a book, okay? With a book that has plant and body rot horror, foliage coming out of one's ribs, A bloodthirsty garden that swallows blood and body like it's candy. What do you mean? Why do I love them so much? This book, guys, Hazelton has altered my brain chemistry right now. I thought I loved Don't Let the Forest In by the same author. I fell in love with that book and I fell in love with the kind of writing style the author has. And I knew going into Hazelton that it would be a similar writing style, a similar vibe. And that's why I felt like I would love this book so much, okay? I was right in a way, but I was also wrong. It was so much more. There was so much more to the characters, to the story, to the side characters, to the plot, to the Hazelton estate, everything. Okay? This book kind of ticked every single box that I didn't know I needed, but I got anyways. Okay, guys, Evander and Laurie can do no wrong in my eyes. Okay, if you have not added Hazelton to your TBR and if you have not read that book yet, you need to. Okay, let me just give you guys some quotes from the finished copy because I listened to the audiobook. It was difficult, okay, to just not stop everything that I was doing and just run back here to my actual Kindle copy, mark everything down, write down my notes, highlight anything. I regret not having a physical copy for this book now. The minute this book, the physical copy, is available to me here, I would be purchasing one and annotating the shit out of this book. You guys are not ready for all the highlights that I've made to this book, but I am not going to spoil anything for you guys. Okay, even out of quote context, you should be going into this book Hazelton blind. It would blow your mind that way. Okay, I'll just give you guys some quotes to read this book. Okay, for some encouragement, I'm going to give you guys my quotes. Evander, wait. There is no explaining it. The pleasure of hearing his name in Laurie's mouth. These boys. Oh my heart, these boys. The next one. Okay, are you ready? Who tells you to be quiet all the time? Laurie's words are a low, thickened spill of warm honey. Pain is meant to take up space, or else we wouldn't know how to scream. Fuck making your agony silent to avoid disturbing others. Maybe they should be disturbed. The way this single line altered my brain chemistry. Like the emotional depth, the emotional maturity, even though they are immature, the maturity that this single sentence holds, unmatched. And the way Laurie and Evander, talk to each other, they just be there for each other when everything else goes to shit. It is everything. Okay? I just realized I did not give you guys any updates while I was listening to the book because I was too engrossed into the book. Okay, so buckle up. Okay, we are going to be talking about Hazelton now. Like I told you guys before, this story follows our two main characters, Evander and Laurie. Okay, Evander is always been locked inside this Hazelton estate because Laurie's grandfather kind of adopts him, and 7 years ago, a thing happened. Okay, Laurie tried to bury Evander in the Hazelton garden. Okay, it is not. This story is not about two people falling in love. Okay, this is a story about two boys staying and still falling in love and staying in love and being there for each other, even though everybody around them is against their relationship, and even though one person in that relationship is not who he seems. So one day the grandfather dies and everything goes downhill. Okay, now the Hazelton estate is left to Evander. Okay, apparently it is left to Evander. All the bloodthirsty relatives, they are here to claim a part of the estate or the riches. because Evander is very recluse, he doesn't talk much, he's always been inside the Hazelton estate and he doesn't know much about the outside world, and things are not what they seem. It feels like the grandfather was murdered by someone, but it is not, and people say that he suffered from actual health issues, and Laurie hates Evander, apparently hates Evander, but we get this story from Evander's point of view. Okay, so for a long time you don't really realize whether Laurie has feelings for him, but Evander is very open about his feelings about Laurie. Okay, in every interaction that he has with Laurie, even though Laurie is kind of cold and harsh and very brutal in his answering to Evander, Evander still thinks Laurie is the best thing to ever happen to him. They both have history. Okay, they were childhood besties, and a certain thing happened. Okay, 7 years ago, Laurie tried to murder Evander and bury him inside the Hazelton ground garden. Okay, so that was an unfortunate accident, or is it? Okay, you never know what is real, what is not, what is inside Evander's head, and what is the reality, what is not. Like, everything is a mess, and it is, and the kind of writing style the author has, it is so luscious. That's the only word I can use for to describe the kind of writing style this book has. It is luscious, it is juicy, it is immersive, it is flawless. I'm telling you, this kind of writing style pairs perfectly with the kind of gothic horror vibe this book has, the story has, and the kind of unhinged characters our main characters have, the personalities, and everything kind of comes together towards the end. You get all the resolutions that you've been thinking about for the first 70-80% of this book. You get the kind of satisfaction, okay, with the kind of ending this book has. The interaction between the main characters, the confession, everything is picture perfect, everything is amazing. I don't know, guys, this might be my number one read from 2025, guys. I'm not even kidding. I know I loved The Wolf and the King by Finn Longman, but this book tops everything. Okay, this book is a cherry on top. I love these characters. I would defend these characters with my life. I would always, okay, give anything this author writes a 5 fucking stars. That's the kind of writing style, that's the kind of vibe, that's the kind of energy the writing style, the characters, and the story exudes. So I'm so happy that Libby decided to give me a copy of Hazelton audiobook, and I thank whoever returned the copy early, because my December was made, guys, MADE, made with the book. Okay, this was my first read of December, and I'm sure this is going to be on my top 3 reads of 2025. Probably my number one read of 2025, guys. I'm shaking right now. Do you guys see this? I'm so happy. I just finished this book. Okay, I finished this book a couple of minutes back, and I'm like shaking. The ending absolutely destroyed me and gave me so much of emotional happiness. I'm giddy, I'm happy, and I'm so glad I picked this book up. Oh my god, if you guys have not read Hazelton before or even heard about Hazelton before, you have to add it to your TBR. Okay, if not, now at least on your 2026 TBR, you have to add this book. Okay, guys. Okay, I'm going to calm down. This has been a great start to this video, you guys. I should have just named this video like reading my 5-star predictions, but I don't want to confine myself like that. But it's okay. Okay, my first read was a success. 6 freaking stars, infinite stars. That's it. Okay, guys, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. If you guys can see my face, you would know that I'm freaking happy right now reading this book. I went mental. Okay, if you guys could see the DMs I sent the author the minute I listened to anything that was surprising or emotionally unstable, it is unmatched. Okay, I screamed in the author's DM, and the author was nice enough to reply, saying like, "Oh, I'm glad that you enjoyed my book." Like, I went to town screaming at the author in the DMs. I'm so sorry. I apologize to the author if I was unhinged, if I came across as a mental patient, because I became so emotional every time something happened in this book. And I just texted the author CG Drizzle, like, what did you do? Why did you do this? Like, why did you make him do this? Like, what is happening? I it was it, it was a crazy couple of days listening to Hazelton. I'm just a happy potato right now. Okay, I don't know what can top this book, because I do not want to be going down the reading slump side. So I'm just going to listen to something else, something fun, something short, maybe a novella. I'll look through my Libby and figure out if I have any like contemporary romances available for me to listen to right now. What I am currently doing right now is I'm listing all the monthly reads that I did for 2025, writing it down on my journal, adding all my ratings tags and everything. So I want a really light, fun audiobook to listen to while I'm doing something like this. So that's what we are going to do. And if you have not added Hazelton to your TBR, please consider the audiobook. Okay, the narration is absolutely amazing. The kind of up and down, the emotional turmoil the characters go through, it is shown, it come across very well in the narrator's voice and the voice modulations and such. So absolutely recommend the audiobook for Hazelton. And I recommend doing an immersive read with this book. Okay, listen to audiobook and annotate or highlight using the physical copy, because it deserves that. Okay, now I'm going to go pick another audiobook for me to listen to while I'm updating my journal, and I'll see you guys when I'm able to update next. Hi guys, yes, hello, welcome back. I hope you guys watched the very random clips and the updates that I gave you for the 1.5 ish books that I've read so far. Right now, I do have some journaling updates to do. I have particular color codes for each mode of books that I've read so far. So I need to color in everything. I have marked everything down, but I need to fill in the colors. So that is a very mundane job, and I have to make sure and get a list ready for my 2026 journal planning spread, so that whatever pages that I want to keep for 2026, whatever new prompts or the kind of pages that I want to add for 2026, I'm going to make a list of those, and I'm going to download book cover pictures for all of my physical TBR books. So I'm going to download all the book covers and put it in one folder. So that is going to be a very mundane job. Why I'm saying is, in 2026, I saw a lot of people do like a TBR jar where they have the actual tiny version of books displaying. Okay, so they just randomly shuffle and take out a book and they read that said book. So that is a very great idea to put a dent on your physical TBR. So I want to do that. These are all on the agenda for today, tomorrow, and the day after. So basically the weekend. So whenever I do all of those things, I will be listening to an audiobook along with continuing to listen to the audiobook while I'm doing my cooking, my laundry, and whatever that needs my attention. So this is the plan. Okay guys, so I'll do time lapses, I'll do clips, I'll show you guys in between what I'm doing, and I'll give you guys some updates. Currently, I am listening to Two Can Play by Ali Hazelwood. It is only 4 hours long on audio, so I'm going to be listening to that book. I got it on my Libby. It was available, so I just downloaded it and I started listening to it. Especially after listening to Hazelton, I wanted a palate cleanser, so I started listening to that. Now I am maybe 30-40-ish% into the book, I'll insert a screenshot. I took a screenshot when I stopped listening, so I'll insert it. So far, my thoughts are, I really like her very snarky writing style. Hallie Hazelwood's writing style is a very fun, loving, banter, snarky, dry humor filled writing, which I really like. But I generally do not navigate towards contemporary romances. I feel like the stakes, the enemies to lovers plot and all, it is very low stakes, so I don't generally reach for them. But I do like Ali Hazelwood's writing style. But this book, the author has romanticized falling in love and obsessing over a book or a book series to the point you have a fight with someone else. Number two, okay, guys, wearing a spectacle is not equivalent to the Superman Clark Kent kind of situation. Okay, the clarity of that situation. Number three, okay, consent. These three things, she has somehow managed to romanticize these three things. Plus, the kind of one sided yearning and longing for a person that you cannot absolutely have, you think you cannot absolutely have, is mind blowing. Okay, she has somehow managed to cram everything that I've told you guys into a few chapters. So I'm really excited to see how they resolve this issue. Our main characters, I love them. Okay, it is not, they are not like, oh, she's one of a kind. She is outgoing. She is to the point. I don't think there will be any miscommunication trope in this book, because she doesn't like any confrontation that comes with misunderstanding other people. So I think she's going to be direct when she is confronting the unknown misunderstanding that has happened between our two main characters. So I'm excited to see where this book is going. It is a couple of hours later. I finished listening to Two Can Play by Ali Hazelwood while doing some updates on my book series tracker. I think it is coming along very well. As you can see, all the color coded uh, rows here, and it is not done yet, okay, but I've made a significant process to all the book series that I've read in 2025. I've been filling in all the details to it. I will just insert a picture and give you guys a detailed walkthrough or a go through when I'm finished with this tracker on a different video. But for now, I'm happy with how this is looking, and I finished Two Can Play by Hallie Hazelwood, right? How much am I going to rate it? I think this is going to be a 3 stars. For me, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It is the perfect short wintry book because the story is set in a winter retreat kind of a setting. So it is perfect for the holiday season if you want to listen to a very nice audiobook that is also short. And this book follows our two main characters, Viola and Jesse. Both of them are from two rival gaming production companies, and when a new contract is about to be signed, both of them are contenders, right? The company wants these two smaller companies to work together to produce that particular game. Okay, so the game is based on one of Viola's favorite series of all time that her dad has been, telling her or reading to her from her childhood. Our two main characters, they meet years back. They form a very cordial professional relationship, and something happens behind the scenes. Okay, we get the story only from Viola's point of view, so we don't know what exactly happened. But Jesse is always cold, he's always professional, he keeps her in a distance, but she has always had a crush on him because he is amazing. I really enjoyed all those tropes and everything the story gave me. During that winter retreat, things get messy, things get resolved. I thought we would be getting a miscommunication kind of a trope, but thankfully we did not. Since it was a shorter novella sized story, I didn't realize the author could cram so many things into this tiny little audiobook. It is only 4 hours long, but I'm happy with how the book ended. It gave us a hope for a happily ever after, and the issue did get resolved in a very nice way. We do have a quirky, nice bestie character, a messy relationship, situationship. It was fun to listen to. The narrators did an amazing job. I had a fun time listening to that book while doing my series tracker. It made me laugh. It made me cringe. The thing is, like I told you guys before, the author kind of romanticized, falling in love with a book series and, fighting for it, and, not comparing glass version to the glassless version of anybody, and calling them hot in one and, plain in the other, and consent. But the thing is, towards the end, it got too much. Okay, every couple of sentences they kept asking, are you okay, are you okay, is this fine, are you okay? Like, I get consent is important. I like when, two main characters, they have consent, or they talk about consent, but it was just too much towards the end. They were getting down and, having a very good time, and every other sentence from our MMC's mouth or her mouth was, is this okay, are you okay, is this fine, can I do this? Like, I get it, but it was just too much. Okay, so it was not a bad read, but it was not my favorite either. So I'm going to give Two Can Play by Ali Hazelwood 3 stars. Now, I finished the audiobook, but I still have work pending. So I am going to pick another audiobook. I have my iPad right here, so I can listen to the next book. I'm not really interested in any of the ALCs. I'm not in the mood to listen to some of the ALCs I have right now. So I am going to go to my audiobook app and pick any new releases that, catches my attention. So I use Storytel for all of my audiobook listens, and I think we have a couple of new releases that I might be interested in. Let's see the notification bar. It always gives me very nice. We have Fallen Gods. I did receive an arc for Fallen Gods, but the formatting was all wonky, and it was not really good to read, and it was not aligned properly, and it was a pain to read. So I just stopped reading it. But we have the audiobook for Fallen Gods. So this is the book I'm talking about, Fallen Gods by Rachel Van Dyken. This book is loosely based on Norse mythology, but I don't know much about this book because I forgot. Let's see, view title details. Let's see what the book is all about. Fallen Gods is a Norse inspired adult fantasy romance from Rachel Van Dyken, filled with ancient secrets and perilous desire. The world believed the gods were a myth and the giants were only stories. They were wrong. The gods aren't dead, they are merely sleeping. Okay, fans of sexy romantasy and Neon Gods by Katie Robert, Rachel Van Dyken, Fallen Gods' duology is a steamy, dramatic myth retelling. I think this would be a good book to read next, because I just finished a contemporary romance book, and now we are diving back into the romantasy genre. I think I'm going to download Fallen Gods and start listening to that book while I'm continuing my series tracker update. I might also update my reading journal and update whatever spreads that I've been neglecting, but I don't know if I would be doing that now because the time is currently 3:30 p.m. I don't have much time left to do anything around the house before the kids come home. So I'm going to continue my series tracker, listen to Fallen Gods, and I'll check back with you guys when I have time next. So if you guys can see this setup, you know I just filled my 26 books to read in 2026. You can see the books here. When I was going through the fridge, I realized this area at the back, it it was not looking good. It was very chaotic. It was dusty, and it did not look good on video. And I felt bad because I was not taking care of this place as much as I should have. So, on a whim, I have decided to clean this whole entire area up, throw out all the boxes that I've been accumulating because it looked pretty. Like these are all just empty boxes up on top. Okay, so I'm going to throw away all the empty boxes, and I have a plastic bin container that I purchased a couple of months back that I have empty. Okay, so I'm going to put all of my bookish items into that box and close it and just keep it here so that it does not get damaged or dusty. It looked bad, so I decided to clean it up. I don't have enough time, energy today to do that, but we're still doing it. Okay, let's see how much I can get to it today. If not, I'm going to make it a goal for this week probably to clean everything up. I also want to, give a nice pipe down for all my classes, take all the books out. Once this is clean, I'm going to take all the books out, clean everything inside, air it out, and then rearrange all the books that I have here. So that is not going to be happening today, but it is happening in the near future. Okay, I am currently listening to Fallen Gods by Rachel Wynn Dyke Dickey. Okay, I'm listening to that book. I started listening to the audiobook yesterday. It is a slow start. Okay, guys, it has been really slow to start. There are gods, there are giants, and there are enemies after a great war. Like nobody remembers anything except a very few people, and our FMC's father Odin, he remembers everything. Okay, he was a god, and he sends his daughter to this academy or school so that she can spy, and figure out where, like, one half of a twin weapon, which is the most powerful weapon, so that she can, extract the information from our MMC, who is a giant. Okay, the opposite end of the world. Okay, so this is a very nice, interesting book. I am going to listen to Fallen Gods and do all cleaning. Well, this looks so much better than how it was yesterday or the last time I filmed in here. So I have this huge bin filled with bookish items. It has a lid, so I don't have to worry about anything getting inside or it getting dust or collecting dust. I do have a lot of candles inside this box. I am going to start lighting all of them one by one whenever I have some downtime or I'm unwinding or I'm annotating or reading. I'm going to start lighting all of them because I don't want them to go to waste because it loses its scent the longer it sits apparently. So I'm going to do that. This is an empty box that I've saved. This is in good condition. I'm going to put all of my art prints, bookmarks, and thin enamel pins and such inside this box. So I have a place so that it does not get mixed with other things that are inside this huge box. So I have easier access to those things. Now I wiped down these glasses outside. It is still very dusty inside, so I'm not going to do any of that now because I'll have to take all the books out to clean the inside. So I'm going to save it for another day. Okay, I've been here almost for an hour doing this, cleaning it, taking the trash out and everything. I've been listening to Fallen Gods for almost an hour. I'm liking it. I have high expectations. I don't know how this will turn into because so far nothing much is happening. We have a slight background story on what our main characters are and what is going to happen and what is the goal for our FMC right now. So I don't have much thoughts about this book as of now. I don't exactly remember where I am in the book, so I'll insert a screenshot here. So I'm going to get inside, get cleaned up, and do other things. So I will come back and visit with you guys when I'm free next. Cleaning my bookshelf area, updating what I want to do on my 2026 journal, added some prompts to my TBR jar. Yeah, I put it in a different glass bottle, but it was intended for this TBR jar. So I added all of my prompts that I wrote folded into this OG TBR jar that I have. If my voice is not audible, please excuse me. I am coming down with a very terrible cold right now. So I finished listening to Fallen Gods by Rachel Van Dyken. Okay, what are my thoughts? My thoughts are all over the place. Okay, just like the book was all over the place. The characters were chaotic, they were all over the place, and for the first 40 to 50% of the book, I thought this book was going to be a 3-star kind of a read for me, because we don't get a lot of insights about the world, the characters. We do have dual point of view. Whenever the characters talked about each other, it felt whiny and very young adult kind of a writing. So I did not vibe with this book at all. This book this book follows our main character Rey, who's the daughter of Odin, one of the gods. She has to go undercover to this academy and infiltrate or spy upon our MMC Arik, who is a giant. So they are on the opposite end of a war, and after a terrible war, a lot of people from both sides, they lose their memories. Okay, so along with those memories, the place where two of the most powerful weapons were that was wielded during the wartime was also lost, okay, to the time and everything. Now this book has a really unique twist to the Norse mythology. It is set in a future modern world where not all humans know about these people. It has always been a myth, a part of stories they tell each other. Really, nobody actually knows the existence of these people except the people themselves. Now, the writing style was very simple. I really liked the chaotic way the main characters behaved with each other. I really liked one side character who was basically the comedic relief, out of context kind of a character. I really like anything with Norse mythology in them. During the first half of the book, I was skeptical because we don't get much with respect to the world building, the characters, or even the backstory of the characters, or the history behind everyone or everything that is happening. But after the 50% mark, we slowly start to get all the nitty gritty details of everything that is included in this book. Our main characters, Ray and Alaric, they were chaotic. Okay, I did not like them at first. They were whiny, they behaved like little toddlers, and even though they had history with each other, the way they were, interacting with each other during the current timeline, it felt off in a way, but it all gets resolved towards the end. Okay, but at first I felt like this. And there are side characters who gives you the comedic relief, and where the main character Ray vibed more with than the MMC at first. But then we realize there are a lot of secrets involved, there are a lot of sabotages involved, and even though we have like a childhood best friend FMC who is vying for her father's attention, her father's approval, the story as a whole it makes sense, okay, even though the pacing was a little bit off, and it was choppy at times, it was chaotic. And by the time I finished that book, I definitely fell in love with the magic, with the power, with everything that was happening towards the end. Okay, so I ended up giving this book a 4 stars because the second part of this book was definitely like a 4.5 stars kind of a read for me. So combining it with the first half of this book, I think 4 stars is sweet balance, I can say. Even though we know the background of a lot of Norse mythological characters, it is not the same in this book. It does give a unique twist to everything and everyone that are involved in this Norse mythology. There is a kind of a forced proximity, forced relationship, forced to work together kind of a situation. We have random tattoos appearing on bodies. We have random ice, frost, winter god powers, and we have a familial animosity that is happening. They were our main characters, they were about to be betrothed to one another, but then everything fell apart because a lot of things happened. So we have a history for these main characters, and towards the end it definitely picks up its pacing, the action, and everything kind of comes together as a whole, and it all starts to make sense. And I loved our MMC's, our RX's power in a way, the way it manifests for him, it was so cool, absolutely cool. Okay, I detested certain characters towards the end, and I am really excited to see how this book is going to end. It is not exactly a cliffhanger we are left in, it is a happy for now kind of a situation, because it does comes to an end. The plot towards the end, it kind of wraps itself up and settles on a very uncertain position where we are left with a happy for now kind of a feeling. So I am really excited to see how the author is going to manage to figure out how to resolve everything together. Okay, because there were a lot of things revealed to us, and I still have questions. Okay, guys, I still have questions. So I ended up giving Fallen Gods by Rachel Van Dyken 4 stars. I think, I don't know if I'm going to wrap everything up today, okay, this video especially, because I still have a lot of things to do, and I might start another audiobook. Let's see how I feel this evening. Hello, guys, it is Friday today, and it is the weekend tomorrow, so I don't have a lot of things to do around the house. I've already finished all of my chores, and I do have some free time right now to do some journaling updates. So I finished Fallen Gods, but I don't want to update my journal without another audiobook in. I know it is Friday night. I thought I would finish or wind up this video by today, but since we are doing multitasking and doing bookish things, I thought I would just start another audiobook, and let's see how far I get into this one. I do have some December ALCs I can choose from. There are 2 books I'm currently very interested in right now. One is We Who Will Die by Stacia Stark. The other is To Bargain with Mortals by R.A. Basu. But the thing is, We Who Will Die is a duet narration. So I think I would love the duet narration audiobook right now, because I'm concentrating on other things as well. So I am going to download We Who Will Die by Stacia Stark. It is one of my anticipated releases. I'm very excited to listen to this book. It is around 17 hours of playtime, but at the speed I listen to, I think I can finish it in like 2-3 days within this Sunday. So let's see how that goes. I don't know how my weekend will be because I don't have plans, and yeah, I'm going to download the audiobook, start listening to it, and what I plan to do is I did write down all of the books I read monthly and added all my ratings and stuff to the actual journal, but I have not updated my Goodreads in a very long time. See here, it says my goal for 2025 was to read 125 books. You see here, it says 105 of 125 books read. Okay, it is a lie. I have read almost 154 books this year, and I've not updated my Goodreads in a very long time, so I need to add all the books to my current reads and start writing some reviews in. So for now, I'm just going to check if I've added all of my monthly reads to my Goodreads. Let's start with January and start with the first ever book I ever read. So I'm also going to be numbering the books I read in 2025, saying book number 1, book number 2. So I'm going to number the books along with ratings, which month I read that particular book in. I think it will be a good system for me moving forward. Maybe I'll also include the kind of book it is, because I have written down the tags or the notes or the genre for each book here. So maybe I'll also tag it and add some shelves. So this job is not going to require a lot of brain power because it is already written down here. Let's add all the books I've read so far in 2025 to my Goodreads list so I can explore the final data and download it on my Fable and Storygraph app. That job is going to be for the end of 2025 once everything is done. Yeah, that is my plan for now. I have around 1 hour time to do all this. Let's start listening to the audiobook and start updating our Goodreads. Hello guys, it has been more than a week. Okay, I forgot to end this video and give you guys all of my statistics of how much I actually read during those 7 days of only listening to audiobooks. Now, let's get on with it. Okay, we read 3.5 books. Okay, I did not pick up any physical or a Kindle book during these 7 days because I was busy. Okay, so all hail audiobooks because we managed to finish 3.5 books while we were extremely busy as well. So, book number 1 was Hazelthorn by C.G. Drews. This was 358 pages and the audiobook time was 9 hours and 9 minutes. I did not listen to the whole 9 hours and 9 minutes of the audiobook because I usually speed my audiobook up. Okay, I can either listen to on 1.75 times speed. I can go till 2.2 times speed. Okay, I always vary between the speeds that I'm listening to depending upon what I'm currently doing at that time. So we started this book on a Monday and finished this book on a Wednesday evening. So it took roughly around 2.5 days to listen to Hazelthorn. Okay, this book was a top tier, tier book for me. I gave this a 6 stars. This was the number 1 read of 2025. This is a queer gothic mansion plant body rot horror with a subplot of romance. You guys have to read it. Okay, book number 2 I started on the Wednesday evening immediately after finishing Hazelthorn and I listened to till Thursday morning. The book is Two Can Play by Ali Hazelwood. This is a contemporary romance set in a wintry retreat kind of a place. It is a pretty short book. It was 208 pages and the audiobook length was 4 hours and 24 minutes. I listened to this book on twice the speed, so maybe 2 hours and a couple of minutes I might have listened to this book, and I gave this book a 3 stars. It was fun, it was nice. I really like Ali Hazelwood's writing style, but it was short and it is a contemporary romance. It was nothing, unique or anything. I enjoyed it, had a good time with it. Okay, now book number 3 I started this on a Thursday morning and listened to till Friday afternoon. You guys see how fast I listened to this book? That was because I was cleaning my bookshelf, rearranging everything, updating my journal, updating my TBR card jar. So I did a lot of mundane jobs these 2 days. So I actually finished Fallen Gods by Rachel Van Dyken very fast. Okay, it has 400 pages and the audiobook length is 12 hours and 17 minutes. I listened to this book on 1.8 times speed because it is a Norse mythology based fantasy romance. I had a pretty fun time with it. Okay, I ended up giving this book a 4 stars. I wanted to finish this video with Fallen Gods, okay? But while I was, finishing up with Fallen Gods and updating everything else, I realized I still had like a couple of hours of time where I will be doing bookish things and I could listen to another audiobook during that time. Okay, so I ended up picking book number 4, We Who Will Die by Stasia Stark. This was a Roman-inspired romantasy with vampires and gladiator pit trials. Okay, it was fun. Okay, now this has 423 pages with a total audiobook time of 17 hours and 11 minutes. Okay, I did not finish this book that week. I still haven't finished that book. Okay, I did not pick up any audiobook because I wanted to rest my ears. So I picked up 2 physical books and I finished them. And this month has been a very slow reading month for me. Okay guys, so I have listened to 50% of this book, which is basically 8 hours and 39 minutes. This is on various listening speeds. Okay, so I am at a 50% mark for this book and the total hours is obviously 17 hours and 11 minutes. I am planning to finish it before December ends because this book hasn't come out yet. It is coming out on December 30th. So this is an ALC copy, this is an advanced listening copy, so I want to finish it before its release date, so I would feel better. If it was a regular week where I was not busy at all, I would have alternated between a physical book, an audiobook and an ebook. Basically, that is my go-to. So here is the final stats, guys. Okay, for 7 days, we managed to read 3.5 books. Okay, and the total page count is 1177 pages and the audiobook listening time was 34 hours and 29 minutes. This is not accurate because I listened to it on different varying speed levels. The amount of media consumed on audio was 34 hours and 29 minutes, but I did not listen to 34 hours and 19 minutes of audiobook. You get what I'm saying? It might be like a 22 to 25 hours of audiobook time I spent listening to these books, but the total time is 34 hours and 29 minutes. Does that make sense? Oh my god, that is a lot of hours. I spent listening to audiobooks and now I actually, kind of appreciate the availability of audiobooks for me while I was extremely busy. I'm glad that I could do this challenge. I don't know, I started this video, I had this video idea on a whim. I started filming for this and I'm glad I could, finish this video, wrap everything up, give you guys the overall statistics, and I'm feeling very happy. And I did manage to get half of my December reading done because of this video. So I'm really happy I did this video, and I think that's all, guys. I think I did not forget anything. I updated all the final thoughts and everything. I gave you guys my rating. One thing I forgot was, so far I'm really loving We Who Will Die. So probably it might become like a 4.5 stars kind of a read for me when I finish it. Okay, so I think that's all, guys. I hope you guys liked it, and if you want to watch similar kind of a reading vlog or anything like that, please let me know. And if you like this video, please do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell because you will be notified every time I post in the future. I have great plans for 2026 and you guys are not ready. Okay, I'm not ready. I'm excited and I cannot wait to see you guys later on my next Bookmas video. Bye guys.